All right, and we are back. This time with a 2v2 on, what is it, like Wolfheze, something like that? We'll start with the allies here. So right here we have the yellow player, Yang, playing as the Soviets. He has gone ahead and gone for guard mortar coordinated tactics. So we got T-34-85s, guards rifle infantry, and 120mm mortars. Then over here we have, I love when the colors are just messed up, because it looks like you're yellow, but this is actually blue. Here we have You Know Nothing Jay Snow, playing as the Soviets here. Has not chosen commander, so we have two Soviet players, and then two OKW players. So here we have Pomni, playing as the OKW, who has gone ahead and gone for the Overwatch Doctrine. So then you've got Jaeger Light Infantry, you've got Goliath, and you have LEFHs. Here we have Deft, also of course playing as OKW, who has gone ahead and gone for the Breakthrough Doctrine. So we have Panzer Fusiliers, the Sturm Offizier, and the Jag Tiger. That can be pulled out. Ranks, of course, up on top. Allies do not have a team rank, so they are unranked at the moment. I don't know if they are necessarily a team or not. But we got a bit of a battle ahead of us. Let's see how it plays out. So we got a couple conscripts over here. We went full conscripts for Yang. Over here with You Know Nothing Jay Snow has gone for penals. So Mr. Snow over here. Deft has gone ahead and he skipped the whole Volk thing and wanted mostly Panzer Fusiliers here. We don't have snares yet by you, which is not surprising. And then, of course, Pomni did basically the same thing, except instead of Panzer Fusiliers, he has Volks then. Storms ain't looking too hot here. Don't think they wipe, though. Kugel's also not in a good position. Panzer Fusiliers are in a nice position there with the truck. And then other Panzer Fusiliers swinging over. We got another conscript here by then Mr. Snow. They're focusing on getting this fuel here, which could be actually very useful for the Allies, stopping the Axis fuel gain. Akubal is playing a very risky game right now. Another conscript gonna go ahead and join the fight here. As looks like the Allies have very much focused that right-hand side, which is the fuel side. So this might be very good for the Allies here. Very late retreat on that Panzer Fusilier. The other Panzer Fusilier doesn't seem to be doing too hot. It's trying to keep him off. There goes another Panzer Fusilier. He's going to run away. So, I mean, the left-hand side isn't looking great, but... I mean, sure, the Axis are going to get the double munitions maybe then here. But the Allies have the double fuel right now, so that could make a difference. And Jay Snow goes for a defensive tactics community. With the M42 AT gun, the baby AT gun. The 120mm mortar. The Dushka. And of course, what the heck was that? And of course, AT Overwatch we have. Did I hit my head or something here? Maybe I did. Flame nade goes out.
We need to re-establish our supply lines.
Conscripts are going to go ahead and join the fight over here. So now the left side is starting to get a bit more focused here. We're here with the Penals getting some reinforcements from the conscript there. Google goes ahead and moves in. Panzer Fusiliers are grabbing the right-hand side. They were able to get the fuel back then over here. But now both Allied players are now focusing the left. They're just swinging back and forth. Just catching the Axis off guard. As the Kubel not getting away. Gets snared. And Conscript's going to take a couple shots at it as they get nice and close. Other one runs away. The other one's going to come in to throw the last nade. Probably a little unnecessary, but it'll work. And they lose the Kubel there. On the right-hand side, I believe, still has the Kubel. They do. So now the Allies are going to just do some decapping. Not even fully capping, just decap them. Just being a nuisance to the Axis here. As the conscripts are really working on these Sturms. Oh my goodness. A very hurt Sturm. He'll probably live though. He does. As they go ahead and get that captured then, which probably wasn't their plan, but it'll work. Panzer Fusiliers do have their G43s. The Sturm officer is also out on the field now as well. PTRS is upgraded on the penals here. Grenade goes out, penals hop out. There's the flak half track. Got another snare going? We don't. No snare that time. He was close enough, and then he just didn't throw it. Very interesting. Flag half track's just going to start causing some more chaos. Do have a T-70 now on the field. That could be very useful here. As Yang, I don't think has made his, that building. He has made the building, but, doesn't have the fuel for it, as he spent some earlier fuel on some of the grenade package earlier. So here comes the T-70 working on the Kubel. Or completely just missing. Oh my gosh, it can't hit shit. And T-70 gonna start just opening up on everything now. Get some decent shots on the Panzer Fusilier there. And he's gonna start working on the Sturm there then as well. There's battles all over the place right now. There's the PTRS penals here. We got normal penals as well, which the conscript could merge into. Which it looks like they're about to. There they are. Combat engineer was able to grab the fuel then back here. T-70 helping push over here.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Hasn't been kind lately. Ugh. Unfortunate. Hopefully it gets better, Joey. Catch you later. Rack with a nice shot on the T-70 there as the conscripts go ahead and move in here. Another T-70 for the other Soviet player. So we got one T-70 each. And the Axis are kind of prepared for it as they do have a rack each. See the T-70 fighting up there. Both T-70s kind of working together. We do have the T-70 with snare, but no follow-up. As the Volks go ahead and run home, we have a 120 has hit the field as well now. Penals go ahead and finish the capture. PTRS Penals go ahead and move over to capture that one. A lot of back and forth here. The Soviets just swing side to side. T-70 moving in here. Gotta be careful of the rack, which is still coming up here. Gotta be careful of the snares then, too, that the rack will then be able to finish the T-70 off. Alright, he knows the rack is there. The other rack is there as well, so T-70 is gonna go ahead and back off. Other T-70 is still, I believe, getting repaired. There's the Dushka. Trying to work on the Jaeger-like command squad, but they're in that heavy cover,
Encroaching on our territory.
making it very difficult, but they are kind of destroying the sandbag. Comes the PTR's penal.
Command level capability.
120. Wasn't able to do too much, unfortunately. There's another 120. Dushka's got to run home. Hoping to live, hoping to live. He doesn't. T70's gonna have to come in and try to save it from getting stolen. Does at least get picked back up
Territory.
by the Allies. They did not lose the Dushka. Maybe. I mean, now they could pick it up, but now they're gonna lose a squad basically for it. And 5 hat track comes in.
Capturing supply sector.
And T70 goes down as the rack moves in from the middle.
Our headquarters is taking
Both T70s have been taken out. Allies are now on the back foot here. Oh, beautiful Zis barrage there. Maybe they might steal the rack then here. Yep, looking like they will.
crew has been lost.
Ready for duty. Ready for action.
Supply
This gun's gonna go ahead and move over here as the flak half track is the biggest problem holding the Allies back over here. There's the smoke. There's a snare. And the flak half track goes down. Okay. Nice trades so far. How the replay has been so far tonight? This is only the second one, so there has been too much going on yet. It's a beautiful pick, though, of that. As they're gonna go ahead and move in towards that league. Find out that the Panzer headquarters is here, and they're not gonna be able to push into it. So that is kind of an aggressive spot for it, a little bit. Does not cover the VP, though.
crews can now repair
That'd probably be
their
too
own
aggressive then. Ober's got to be careful here. As they should be able to get out of that. And here comes the blob back. On the left-hand side then here. Gonna start making their way towards that left. As the Axis do seem to kind of have the upper hand right now. They don't have the VP advantage, but that might change here in a second. They have cut off the Allied fuel here. That's some good old Blob Town. Classic, exactly. He's still got the Minesweeper out. There you go. 120 is opening up on that Sturm over there. We got the fire.
Let's go.
120 misses. 8 choppers got to be careful. Oh, the Sturm goes down. He's kept it around for too long. He was maybe focusing somewhere else, like here. Flamethrower's gonna go ahead and scare off the Sturm officer there. Yeah, he's got a lot of cons, don't worry. He's remaking the T-70, which I don't think is the right call here. I think he should be waiting for some of the heavier tanks, but no, he's remaking his T-70. Very interesting choice here. Oh, what a shot. No, of course, moves in the Dushka here. Very nice. Just barrage kind of missing. Dushka goes ahead and backs off from that grenade. He thought it was maybe going to be probably more devastating, but it didn't really do much. And there's the T-70 again. Back to hopefully deal with the infantry. You have the meat chopper over here, which is very nice. Gotta be careful of the rack, though.
Send orders.
Chopper does get out of harm's way. Jay Snow is back teching here. Maybe just for the AT guns, but both Soviet players are stalling themselves to those medium and heavier tanks, which could prove to be a problem here later on, as the Axis may start getting out those medium tanks that they're gonna have a tough time maybe dealing with here. I mean, Yang at least has 2 AT guns to deal with it. Jay Snow doesn't have any.
Ready to execute.
E-70 goes in and moves in, finds the Kubel. Misses 2 of the 3 shots. Conscript's gonna go ahead and get the 2 points there. And gets the other VP. Allies back with the VP advantage at least. Chopper moving back in here. Chopper gotta be careful though, as the rack is moving up here as well. And he saw that the rack was moving up because of these guys over here, so he backed off a little bit more. Push back into the middle by the Axis here. 120, not really hitting too many shots here, I don't think. Only got 2 kills there, while Jay Snow's 120 has 4. So they've been the most effective, but they're doing okay at least. This might get hit by 120. Yeah, that's a good hit. And some okay damage there. 120 it's trying to get stolen here. It's getting Zis barraged and burned. Yeah, he's not going to be able to pick it back up. Jaeger Command Squad moves in. Or Light Jaegers. Which instantly loses the 120. Doesn't lose the squad. Lucky for him. Different squad died, but that's a different problem. He's only gonna go ahead and move back in, which already does have 4 kills. Axis finally with the Panzer IV now hitting the fields. The thing that I was a little worried about that might punish the Allies for going double teching and going back for that light vehicle, but here's the Zis gun that he needed. That's why he back teched. As the Panzer IV is going to start just opening up on all these conscripts here.
Prepare yourself.
It's so small. I haven't been watching it too much. It must have been probably a lot of reinforcing, I wonder. Panzer IV are going to go ahead and start focusing on those penals. True story. How'd you lose the Panzer IV, dude? You got way too risky with the Panzer IV and loses it. The advantage that I thought possibly the Axis were going to have has been thrown out the window. E-70's got to be careful though. There is a snare in here with the Panzer Fusilier, and he's going to get that snare off. No follow-up though, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's a rack really nearby. I love that. Like, I just look over and this guy over here, Mr. Antonio, he's just like, you know what? You know what my first chat's gonna be? He's not erect yet. Perfect. It's funny. There goes the meat chopper due to the double racks there. So there goes Jay Snow, Mr. Snow's light vehicle there, unfortunately. Now the double racks opening up on the T-70 here. They only have vision on because of the flare. This gun makes them pay hard, though. And the T-70 also does end up living here. It is out the main gun, so it very much needs those repairs. As the rack gets completely destroyed. Deft, for whatever reason, hasn't really made, like, a vehicle or anything. I've kind of been waiting on that, too, from you. I mean, technically, he doesn't have it because of manpower. Is he going KT, maybe? Is he stalling for the KT? That's my question here. I mean, long pointy I mean, technically none, I think, so far. As the Jaeger lights here start working on these penals on the left. They'll hopefully grab the VP back. Here comes the Panzer Fusiliers and the Obers once again moving in. Here comes the T-70, come help out, but the rack is right there. So he can't exactly stick around for too long. Play a little risky game, he'll just back off a little bit. Rack will probably move up then as well here. It absolutely will, to make sure the T-70s hopefully stops getting involved. Gosh, I love Jaeger lights. Panzer Fusiliers gotta be careful. He was not careful. Got killed by a Zis barrage. Those Zis barrages are doing really well here lately, actually, too. It's absolutely nasty. T-70 goes ahead and backs off the Sturm here. Rack wasn't close enough to get any shots off. We got a T-34-76, which instantly gets shot by a Rack. And he gets hit again.
Ready to deploy. Prepare for action.
To kill what tanks? I mean, I love a Jagdtiger. But, like, what tanks are we killing? The single T-34? I guess the supporting fire's not bad either, but, like, jeez. Yes. It's for the single T-34. I'm just sort of confused a little bit. T-34 gonna go ahead and start just opening up here on the rack here. He actually did a pretty good job too. Here comes the blob over from the left. T-70, we gotta be careful. Zis gun moves in, maybe Zis barrage. That's not gonna hit frickin' anything. T-70 at least moves back in. We got a T-34-85 now here. And some supporting fire just absolutely decimates that Dushka. Jagdtiger gonna go ahead and clear out some of the trees so we can get some easier shooting. Gotta be careful though. As he just okay, more supporting fire. What are we shooting at though? I'm not sure, but we're getting hit by AT guns. All right.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
I'm sorry, we went with an LEFH. Okay. So Axis are very much playing a more defensive game, I suppose, here, because we've got the Jagdtiger and an LEFH. Very interesting. Not exactly what I was expecting. This barrage also going again. And the 120 is also firing, of course. Up to vet 3, 9 kills. There you go. What happened to this man's army? His entire army is basically the Yag Tiger. D3476 checking out the left-hand side, seeing if there's any threats at the moment, which there technically is one, but he can't see it. Yag Tiger's gotta still be careful, though. He also doesn't have an engineer for repairs either. Stern officer has to be very careful. He's very hurt. That's about what I was expecting to happen.
We must protect our HQ.
Keep using that supporting fire, though. Which, now at this point, buddy, there's tanks that you could be shooting. You probably should be shooting. There you go. The AT guns are starting to hit the Yag Tiger as well here. It's been marked as well. What do you mean better? Yeah, what do you mean the KT has better AC? I don't understand. Oh, jeez, okay.
The enemy has silenced one of our anti-tank guns.
Does take out the rack with the supporting fire there. Zapino's looking to kill it, as they're hoping the Axis just don't pick it back up then. There you go, that'll get the job done then here. Back over on the left-hand side, the Jaeger Light Command squads. Jaeger Light Infantry are trying to make some progress over here on the left. Rack is opening up here. Yag Tiger's moving back up. We'll just start dealing with the tanks a little bit instead of doing more supporting fire. It fires 3 at vet 0 and 5 at vet 1. Why are you so focused over here? Oh, here comes the supporting fire, probably on the 120. Nope, we're going for the 120 here. Rack is opening up on the T70. Yeah, words. Cannon comes raining down, and here comes the T-34 on the side of the Yag Tiger, which is about what I was expecting was going to happen. Something along these lines. Because the Yag Tiger has not been focusing the tanks at frickin' all. And now he's possibly going to get punished. He's sitting there. He's sitting in the AT Overwatch.
We have lost contact with a heavy tank.
It may have been one of the worst performances I've seen with a Yag Tiger in a while. Was not focusing the tanks at all. Wasn't protecting the flank of it in case something like that came in. And then decided to stop moving when he was still in AT Overwatch. Like, just, wow. Goes infantry killer. Exactly. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize the Yag Tiger was the infantry killer. You're right. LEFH is almost taken out by the caddies firing that it's been doing, it looks like. Creeping Barrage might be shot the next time at it, which will probably for sure take it out. I would imagine. Both Soviet players do now have a caddy. And Jay Snow really doesn't have any vehicles. He just threw his T-34 for the Yag Tiger, which is a fantastic trade, to be fair. T-34-85 working on the Panzer headquarters here, which Def doesn't really have anything to deal with it right now. Oh no, a snare. Where's the rack? Oh wait, there isn't one. This barrage going. Gotta be careful that it's this barrage though. And it's gonna go ahead and back off. Left-hand side's actually looking pretty okay. I hear the LAFH firing. Beautiful hits.
We are losing supply for the enemy.
It's a mine as well. Oh, and takes out the Zis gun.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
Which, I don't even know if they needed it anymore, really. To be fair. General officer gets in the building there. They're gonna try to work on that Zis gun there. They took out one model of it. The other two were able to walk away pretty unscathed. Here's a KT now. And a Panther. Oh! I don't think he gets the wipes though. That doesn't look like it. But now the man who had a Yag Tiger now has a KT. Yeah, the Amazing Sir. Yeah, Amazing Digital Sir. Yes. I've heard a little bit of it. I don't really know it much. Oh boy. He sees the KT and he's like, oh shit. He does take it out though. KT might get another shot off is the problem. Oh my gosh, he's not, but the Panther's right over here. The caddy! Look, caddy! No! Caddy's dead. Caddy goes down. The T-34-85 is actually okay. KT doesn't exactly do chasing because it's slow. T-34-76 has to be a bit careful though. The Panther is still right there. Panther's gonna go ahead and move in here. This gun is right there. Not set up yet though. Now it is, and not really at an angle that hits it. Dushka's opening up here on the Stem Offizier. Marked. Dushka's marked. May die here. And he does.
We have lost the machine gun.
This gun is really trying to work on that KT right now. They are standing on a mine. So they gotta be a little careful. KT moves back in. What a hit on the Panzerfuß. How'd you just stand there and let it die? And what was the plan? Maybe they can do it in this match. As if there's even 2 KTs this match. There's currently only one. And they're going to go ahead and swing over to the middle here. T-70 gets hit. Su-85 is on the field. Very nice. This gun gets hit again by that. Su-85 is just absolutely destroying that KT. That's this gun. That poor this gun, man. And we got 2 T-34-76s then as well here. T-34-85 trying to move in on the Panther. Now the racks are there, so unfortunately probably won't work here. But Panther's still got to be careful too. He can't just go running in all willy-nilly. As the T-34-76s take it out. AT Overwatch is also active. T-34 moving in. Gets the ram. Other one's gonna move around on the side and try to hit it from the back here. As the AT Overwatch is still coming down. Main gun gets taken out. And there goes the KT. Absolutely incredible. And one of the T-34s is trying to get out of there unscathed. This one's not, as it can't really move. I thought for a moment that the KT was going to get out because of it not getting its engine crippled by the ram. But no. T-34-85 still has to be careful there. There is 2 racks right here. Gonna go ahead and swing around here. Just a few. Su-76 backing on a little bit. T-34-76 is going to get some repairs. The 85 is probably in need of some repairs, though, to be fair. Hey, you like. If I'm yawning just because I'm a little chilly right now. Su-85 is not in the best situation. He's going to go ahead and have to back out a little bit here. Caddy absolutely demolishing the racks, though. As they both die. Good thing this one's, you have a replacement.
Forward elements report an infantry unit lost.
This gun also goes down again. Oh, 120 almost gets knocked out there, too. And T-34-85 goes ahead and moves back in because he knows the 2 racks have been killed. But there is still another rack lurking about.
Ready to deploy. What do you need?
As the Penals go ahead and pick up a PTRS.
I have the men ready.
And 2 racks, back up to 2 racks for Pomni. And then Deft also has 2 racks. So Axis really just do not have any sort of tanks. And they're relying on those racks to hopefully hold off the Allied tanks now. I mean, the Axis advantage that they had is clearly just gone and dead.
T-34 ready for combat.
Oh, what a shot, man. What a shot by that T-34, just incredible. We're gonna have to back off again. Big shot into the ground by the T-34-85 there. Gonna try to swing around the racks and try to get some shots off, but the racks are actually just going to go ahead and retreat here. As the caddy completely missed them, very unfortunately. T-34-85 is now having its attention drawn to the LEFH here. Kind of just misses most of those shots, and he's just going to go ahead and leave here. Yeah, this is kind of shooting on the middle VP a little bit. Triple racks. And then double racks as well. His entire army is like 3 racks and then Jaegers. I mean, Jaegers are good, but dude, you have 0 snares. Actually, both Axis players have 0 snares. Well, the Allies have snares when they don't really need them anymore. So I think that Kubel died, right? Yeah, the Kubel died. Here comes the T-34-85. Beautiful shot on the Ober to start off. Vet 3 now.
Enemy forces are neutral.
The dream that you want with the T-34-85 is here. It hits Vet 3. Just gives it 25% reload speed, and then another 20% reload speed. It just shoots fast. It's great. And is some great assault artillery coming down.
We are down to 100 points.
There's some smoke. Nice ground fire though, but it didn't really connect. Cracks are trying to move in again. I found the Su-85. T-34 coming in to try to save him, but to no success.
Another vehicle has been lost in the defense of the Rodina.
As the Rex have to run as the caddy fire rains down. At this point, it's like the Allies' game to lose now, as the Axis just don't have like any sort of vehicles. And there goes one of the Rex. I mean, the Allies are under 100 points, to be fair, but they're about to have the Axis triple capped. T-34-76 comes back in, working on the stern.
We are losing territory.
Great shot. Terribly inaccurate. Oh my gosh, another KT.
Now stand at 300 points.
This man's like, who needs medium tanks when you can just get the heaviest tanks in the game? That's all you need, right? Only heavy tanks. As the quadruple racks now. Jeez Louise. As the quadruple racks try to make their presence known here. AT with a big miss on the conscript there. T-34-85 is going to go ahead and move back in. Bounces. There is no Su-85 anymore. Another bounce by the T-34-85 here. Guards aren't going to be able to do too much though either, but they can go ahead and button it down. We can get it marked, and then we can just drop like AT Overwatch, and pretty much there goes the KT. And get some decent hits though in on it. Upgrade of the DPs is happening. Here comes the T-34 blob of death. He's marked. AT Overwatch is dropped. And that's going to be another dead KT. I don't even know if the AT Overwatch was necessary. That may have been a little overkill. As the racks are trying to work on the T-34-85 here, which goes ahead and decrews the LEFH. T-34-76 moves in. T-34-85 is knocked out though. Oh my gosh, there's so many racks. What do we have here? A Panzer IV. Probably like the best option that I've seen. Like the KTs clearly aren't working. Let's just pull in little kids. Well, the kids can surrender whenever they want, to be fair. It's like if someone was like in a chess match and you're just losing really bad. You can concede. You concede whenever you want, man. And that's gonna be some snares there. One snare. Panzer IV's got to be a little careful though. He is backing out, so I don't know if they're gonna be able to get it here.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
Well, the Panzer IV stopped moving for some reason. he's got the 18-8 ready again. No way he's getting close enough, though.
This is it.
Do some salvage operations. And Ilyevich is back up and operational again. Oh my gosh, the quadruple racks. It's absolutely insane. And hilarious as well, to be fair. Oh, hold on, let's move forward, boys. Yeah, that's about what I thought was gonna happen. Here comes the rack, dying to the caddy. And that, kids, is why you don't blob your caddies. Or your racks. And they surrender. He's like, guys. He's like, buddy, I lost my racks. It's over. Oh my gosh. That was a very interesting replay. Not exactly what I was expecting. But entertaining for sure. All right, let's take a look here. Both Soviet players with a negative KD here. So Axis were still able to keep a positive KD, but Pomni, with his many racks, did way more damage. He got 8 kills with racks, and he lost 9. Oh my gosh. Yeah, when you made 3 heavy tanks and your MVP is your rack, that's not a good sign. KTs were only 60% efficient. They barely did anything every time. The Kubel. The Kubel was his most efficient vehicle. That is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.